Hi friends, welcome back to the Programmer Guide YouTube channel. In this last video, we have discussed about the predicate, predefined functional interface. Now we will see the function, what is function, advantages of it and example programs. Okay, let's go ahead now. Function is a predefined functional interface. It takes an argument object type, it can be any object type or wrapper class or custom object, okay, and returns an object. Okay, the input and output can be different parameters or same parameters. What I meant to say is, see here, this is the functional interface of the function. So here the t is the input parameter, r is the output parameter. Okay, this can be same like integer, string integer, okay, or custom object, our desired input and output. So it can be any type of parameters. Okay, see in previous video, right, predicate defines about the conditional checks and returns the true or false. Here we are giving the input and expecting some output. So whenever our requirement is giving the input and expecting some output, right, in the predefined functional interfaces we can choose the function. Okay, so it has one abstract method, that is apply method. Okay, whatever the input parameter we are going to give, right, expected input, so we can use the apply method. So here, right, t is the type of input function, what I have told earlier. R means result of that. Let's go and see the example how it is going to be look like. Yeah, see I have written one example program, right. This is the example which I have written, functional interface example. Here I am defining the function, string is the input argument and expecting the integer. Okay, so I am using the lambda expression to find the length, whatever the given input string, right, I am trying to find the length of the string. Let's execute this program. See here, right, input parameter apply method, input parameter is string and it is returning the integer. Now we will see one more example, like where integer and integer will be there. This is the f1 and where both the integers are there, right, like I into I. So I have to give input now input type of integer. F1 dot apply method, we will apply this one. Let's suppose 10. So the expected result is going to be 100. See, instead of this, right, we can use our custom predefined functional interfaces, return the square function in the interface and calling by using the interface name, that and all we can define. But even though, right, we can use function as a predefined interface as per our requirement. Let's see another example for better understanding, right. See, I have defined the customer object. See, in this customer object, right, I am giving the name, number of orders and order from, and returning the parameters constructor, setters, getters and toString. toString is to display the output. Okay, so here, right, in this example we will see I am adding the few of the members, okay, where how many orders he have given and from where, which device he have given, mobile or Windows or somewhere. Okay, so now I am giving the input parameter as a customer and output parameter as a string. What my condition is, where number of orders are greater than or is equals to greater than 17. See, in this case, right, we are going to use the both function and predicate since we have our own predefined functional interfaces, right. So we can compose them, and we can use them parallelly. See, I am giving the customer list by using the for loop. Okay, here I am using the predicate p dot test of c. Whatever the object is coming, right, I am taking the input parameter, okay, and checking that object based on the conditions. Here condition is order dot customer of order dot get number of orders. This parameter can be anything. Compiler will automatically identify the what is the input parameter you have given. Okay, so here we are giving the customer, right, p dot test is the predefined function interface predicate of abstract method, right. So test we need to give, and I am doing the f dot apply. This is also a abstract method. So here what I am doing is which is greater than 17 and applying the customer again, giving the customer input. So we are expecting the customer names. Let's run this program. See, the number of orders is greater than 17 is Mike and Krishna. So I hope you have understand this program. Now we will go and see the what is the other functional interface chaining methods are there. Okay, function is also having the chain methods like whatever the predicate is having, right, and or. Okay, so here function is having the and then and compose, two methods are there to chain the or join the more than one functions. Okay, so this is the syntax of the function, right. Default v, here v is the type of output of the function. Okay, and function t and v, that means whatever the function we have given, right, or the same way to differentiate between the two functions we are giving the t and v, and then function of super of r, whatever we have given, right, and extends the of v and after. What it means in simple terms, right, in this syntax is going to be explained. Suppose whenever we are doing the f1 and then f2 dot apply of I, right, it returns the first f1 whatever the operation we have written, and then it is going to be written the f2 function. Okay, this is the, in simple words we can say like first apply the f1 conditions and then apply the f2 conditions. Okay, this is how we can do. But here, right, the v and t can be the any type of objects. It can be wrapper classes or custom objects or anything. Okay, so now we will go and see how apply is going to be applicable in with example. See, I have written one function, one example class, right. So here function, here two different examples written and composed in the same example. Okay, first I will go into the this set of code, what I will explain you. Okay, here I am giving the string and expecting written as the integer. Okay, and function 2 what I am doing, I am giving the integer and expecting the output of the integer. So I am chaining that both the functions. Okay, since both the functions of return type is the integer, right, I have considered the integer as the expected output. Okay, function 1 and then function 2 dot apply. Here, right, I am giving the again Java 8 functions, okay, as the input parameter. So now how it is going to be work, first it need to take the string as the input and return the length of the string. After that what it need to do is whatever the length, right, it need to take the input parameter and need to do the multiplication of 2. We will see the output. See, the the exact output of this one is, right, the length is the 16 and 15 and output is the 30 into 2. Okay, so now I have written the one more example in the same example, right? Like you can do multiple practices, right? Then you can get, I mean, you will remember more, and that will, whenever interviewer will be asked, right, in multiple ways, you can able to answer it. That's the reason I have given the customer custom objects also. Okay, here I am giving the customer as the input and returning the customer as the output. Sometimes I mean some requirements will be there, right? Like same object need to be written, so I have taken that and doing the same operation, whatever the greater than 17, right? And also order from, I am trying to find order from. Okay, so here I am giving the one more predicate and apple. So what my intention is, which is greater than 17 and order from which device, I mean expecting apple device. Okay, so here I am doing the function chain, I mean predicate chaining as well as function chaining in the same example. See, right, p dot and p1 dot test c, that means the predicate p and p1 both need to be applicable. So in these conditions, right, it will go and find the greater than 17 and which is going to be apple device. So that means Krishna is ordered 25 orders from the apple device. Okay, now it is going to do the and then apply method, and then means function chaining. So now we will see how it is going to be applied. In this function, what we have written, order from, and giving the function as the object. So here complete object it is going to be go in this function f1 method, and after that, right, it is going to be get the order from the function object, I mean customer object. Okay, so that is the reason it is executed as the Krishna and apple is the expected output. So along with this and then chaining method, right, one more method is there, compose. In and then what it is doing, first it is going to be apply the function 1 and then function 2. What talks about the compose method we will see now. See, this is the compose method. So I mean this is the syntax of the compose method, default v, function v and r, and compose super of v and extends t before. That means in compose method, in general terms I am going to explain. This is the example, right? Here first apply the f2 and then apply the f1. This is the only difference between the compose and function. Sometimes, right, our requirement is going to be there, like we need to apply the first f2, right? And that case we can use the function. If our requirement is apply function 1 first, then we can go to and then. Okay, this is the syntax and explanation of that. So I will go and explain this one of the example, right? You can understand better way. Okay, this is the and then, I mean compose function I have written example. First I have taken the integer is the output and string is the input, integer is the output. So here both the input and output is these integers, here string and okay, and returning both of them is the integer, right? I have taken the integer value, and function 1 I will take in this way. You okay, function 1 and function 2. So how it is going to be applied? First we are giving the input parameter as a string, that means f2 need to be applied. Okay, see, this is the length and square of this value. Suppose, right, if you give the only 4 letters Java, (16) is the output. That means it is taking the input parameter and giving the output the same.